Hey, everybody, welcome to Talks and Tea with me, Tonya Nicole. And we are going to get started in 30 seconds. If you're coming and joining us today, go ahead and say hello in the chat. Tell us where you're coming from and tell us what tea you're drinking. We'll start in 30 seconds. Hey, everybody, welcome again. It is 2022, and we are very excited because we are back live and in full effect for Talks and Tea with me, Tonya Nicole. And today, my very special guest is my oldest daughter, my firstborn, Briana Fuel.
Thank you. Yes, made me sound like I was a celebrity.
Well, I'm glad. Um, if you all are joining us today, we're excited. We have a really good conversation tonight. We're going to be talking about Briana's first year in college. Her first semester has gone and she finished it, and we're going to be talking about all of that. If you have questions that you would like us to answer as we're going through this, please feel free to write those questions in the chat, and we'll make sure we broadcast them and we answer them. But to kick us off, make sure you have your tea, your fun mug. Tell us what you're drinking and tell us what your mug says. Diamond, welcome. It's so good to see you out there. And we're very excited. Tonight, I am drinking from my tall mom mug. It says mom with a heart. And I am drinking grape juice. So, a fun factoid. Fun fact, a friend of mine said that grape juice helps with migraines. So if you're out there and you have a headache, sometimes grape juice might help. But also, if you're looking for a tea for that, peppermint tea is also a good mix. But since I was drinking grape juice, I thought I'd share for today. Briana,
Mom.
what's in your wallet mug?
Yeah.
She is not entertained by me tonight. So y'all entertain me in these comments because I am not.
I am entertained. You're so entertaining. I like watching you on my free time. So tonight I'm drinking a tea called Womankind. My sister just made it for me. It's an herbal blend that basically helps with just like feminine issues that you may have, like stomach cramps, or muscle pain in general. Not that that's an only feminine issue, but like if you were to experience those while going through a feminine issue, it would definitely help. Shameless plug. We've got the She Mug. You guys definitely stay tuned for information about the Women Conference She, which will be happening in March. It's going to be a lot of fun. This time it's in person.
I mean, since she put it out there, I'll go ahead and continue the shameless plug. If you haven't heard already, make sure you go on our website, bridgeeverygap.com, and check out the upcoming She Women's Conference retreat style this year. And it's called Metamorphosis, the process of transformation. And don't worry, we have something for everybody, on-site, off-site, and virtual options. So find out more. We'll be keeping you all in touch with that. Are we ready?
We're ready.
All right, y'all, let's just jump into it. You know why I called this Talks and Tea? Because when Briana and Grace and I get to talking, you know how it is. You just pull out your little tea. Usually you probably don't pull it out, but you say, tell me the tea. So tonight we're going to talk about the tea of the first semester in college for Briana, and the good, the bad, the ugly. And then I'm going to give the parent perspective, and Briana will give the student and child perspective. And then we can see how it went.
All under 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Oh, less than 10?
Can we do 20? We can't do it in 10 minutes. Y'all ask your questions quick because Briana's trying to go. That's the thing with the college student. They don't have time for you once they go to college.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go. What are we starting with?
Ask me questions, whichever one you'd like to start with.
Okay, so we're going to start with this. Where are you going? Tell us about the school you went to and what is the significance of it? Why did you choose it, et cetera, et cetera, et
Okay.
cetera.
So, hi everyone. My name is Briana. I am a first-year computer science major and international studies minor at Spelman College.
Okay.
And then I'm also enrolled in ROTC at Georgia Tech. So that's where I currently am, and those are the colleges I go to.
Okay, so you chose Spelman and Georgia Tech for your ROTC. Why did you choose these schools?
Well, Spelman, obviously.
Not the obviously.
Being a part of the #1 HBCU, why settle, when you can go big or go home? Like, I literally could just stay home if I'm not going to go for the #1 HBCU. That's why I chose it. And then Georgia Tech. I chose Georgia Tech because of a scholarship I was a part of, but Georgia Tech is also a really high caliber school. So I'm not only am I there for with the military discipline, but it's still the Georgia Tech atmosphere. So I'm always pushed to my limits academically, physically, and everything else.
I love it. Deja, Michelle, thank you so much. Yes, she is your Spelman sister.
That's Deja.
Deja! I love it. Excellent, excellent. Really quickly, we have some questions. Okay, so our first question is from LaShawn. Hey, LaShawn, great to see you joining us tonight. Good to see you. We haven't been out here in a while, so it's good to see you back. You're always a good supporter for us. Her question is college really like it is on Grownish?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch all of Grownish because we saw the second episode about Adderall and we turned it off.
Was it the second? That was the second one?
It was like the first or second episode where she got addicted to Adderall and we were just like, no. And I was a freshman at the time, so I didn't really finish watching it.
A freshman in high school.
Freshman in high school. But the guy I'm talking to now, he watches it, and we were talking about it like yesterday or a couple of days ago. Yeah, no, it's not accurate at all. It is not the HBCU experience. They tried to make it like a different world, but failed. It's very dramatized and for entertainment, but they do hit a lot of hard-hitting topics, and the actors are amazing. So it's a great entertainment, but it's not very accurate.
So is it like a different world? Is it more closely to that? No?
No, they tried to do that, but it just wasn't, it's not giving,
That's a new term, giving. Y'all, I'm so outdated. She says all this new lingo. I'm down. I'm him. Okay, LaShawn says, hallelujah, I'm glad college is not like that. She does ask another question, but the comment I have to share, she's a Howard grad.
Y'all
So she was like, I'm biting my tongue right now. She's a Howard Bison. But yeah, once you get to an HBCU, it's like all HBCU love.
Like if someone were to tell, so a lot of people travel via airport because my school's in Atlanta. And so if you're somewhere else, you just go to the Atlanta airport and go. And so they said the best thing is when you go to the airport and people are wearing their HBCU gear. And so Howard's a great school. Like, they're amazing, but we're #1. So that's why I chose.
But you all were the first. No, you weren't. But y'all are in the top tier. Okay,
y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing.
They are. I'm messing
y'all
with
did that.
you. Right. Okay, so we have another question. Diamond asks, how do you like going to an all-girls school? Because Spelman is an all-girls school.
So, okay, quick comment about the HBCU.
She was like, don't jump on Howard. Exactly.
So, an all-girls school. Spelman is an all-girls school. However, the AUC is not an all-girls institution. The AUC is the Atlanta University Conference. Yeah, and it's
Center. Atlanta University Center, which is the largest conglomerate.
See, it's not just
I can't even say that word. Conglomerate.
Congruent.
Say that 5 times fast. Of HBCUs in that one area.
In the nation.
Mhm.
You said in the one area. It's the
Like-
largest in the nation.
In the same area.
Oh, yes, the largest group of HBCUs in the same area in the nation. However, you've got Spelman, the all-girls school, Morehouse, the all-guys school, Morris Brown, a co-ed school, and then Clark Atlanta, a co-ed school. All of them are right here to each other. I can take classes at Morehouse, and it's not like I'm trying to register for a class at Georgia Tech. It's the professors walk back and forth between the campuses. I walk right out of Spelman's gates, and I look right, and there's a Morehouse bookstore. So I honestly have not been able to experience the caliber of an all-girls school because Spelman's not really an all-girls school. I will say the benefit that I have that co-ed schools don't have is the privacy in my dorms. Right now, especially because we don't have visitation, but like if a guy wanted to come into the dorms, it's like security, top-notch security. So yeah, I just like the privacy that we have. Other than that, I see guys all the time.
Okay, so we have some more questions, and then we have some questions too. Deja asked, and thanks for the engagement. Deja said, what was your transition like into dorm life? Which is a good thing because she's grown up with 2 other siblings. So she's the oldest of 3. So she's lived with people. But what was your transition like to actually dorm living?
So we actually had this as a question for me, but like my roommate situation. So
Why you look at me? Should I say it?
I moved in, and the moving in process was fun because it's like you get to decorate your own little miniature house. And then I had an initial roommate, but we weren't compatible. So then she left, and that was really early into the year. And so transitioning into dorm life basically meant me having a room to myself. And then whenever my friends didn't want to hang out with their roommates, Deja.
Don't call her out.
What? I can't do that? They would come into my room and hang out there. And I think that made the transition so much easier because having people that I know stay in there periodically made it so that I wasn't always by myself or always with a stranger.
Okay, so what's the deal with dorms at HBCU campuses? Freshman dorms at HBCU campuses. What did she say?
She said I had special circumstances. Yes, Deja was like welcome. That was her bed. She stayed there more often than she didn't. Let's see. Freshman dorms in HBCU. Sorry, I had to gather my thoughts. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Oh.
We don't have AC. We don't. Right now, we don't allow visitation.
Visitation, because they're at an all-girls school and the entire campus is enclosed, is someone coming to your dorm and going into your room. So that's whether it's female or male.
Right. And then we are not as well. We aren't. To us, we don't seem as much of a priority as the other dorms because
You chose the wrong dorm.
Abby Sci-Fi. Anyways.
H5 Beta.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. So, we, I will say all of those things that I had to experience, and I know Howard students also had to experience this year. It has made me stronger. I don't complain for a lot of the things that I used to complain with when I first moved there. I know how to make things happen myself. I know how to get things done. But yeah, I mean, it made me stronger. And because my dorm is so much smaller, then yes, Abby Sci-Fi.
No, it's the question. That's why I was saying explain freshman dorms at HBCU campuses.
Okay. But because my dorm is smaller, we we definitely got closer over those bonding experiences. So HBCUs are the one place where you will find people repping their dorms like their sorority or fraternity.
Their freshman dorm.
Their freshman dorm. So the freshman dorms at Spelman this year are, I'm just going to use their acronyms, what we call them: HH, Abby, Morehouse James, and then there's honors dorms, and honors dorms are practically like hotels. So they don't really count. Sorry, Deja. But yeah, I think those, and no, the one that's named after the building. Manly. Manly is also freshman dorm.
So just to break that down, LaShawn, I know y'all did dorm life, but Abby was one of the freshman dorms. And so if you're not familiar with HBCUs, dorms are all about, well, freshman year, your dorms really, they help build up that camaraderie amongst you. They have little fun rivalries and banter. I know at Spelman, they used to have, because it's very different from when I was there 20 plus years ago, but it was a good thing. Like they had step shows with your dorms, your freshman dorms. They had, paraphernalia, all of this all of the things to build up your school spirit. So I know it's different now.
It's mostly different because of COVID. But yeah, basically we have a lot of sisterhood.
Oh, she said they don't have that.
Where was that?
Howard.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. All right. So let's go on with the questions. We have another question.
Deja said LLC still counts.
It absolutely
That's
counts.
the honors dorm.
It absolutely counts. All right. LaShawn asks, Tanya, how many times did you visit in one semester? I'm trying to decide how many times is too many times to visit my sophomore. I am here now and am bothered that she is not here in the hotel with me. She asked to take me to take her back to campus. So when we first got on campus, leading up to it, Briana and I had this great plan. And when I tell you, everybody was a naysayer with us saying what we wanted to do, how we wanted to spend time, how much time we wanted to spend, et cetera, et cetera. And I think it was your first night there. I think it was our first night there. We were on the phone. And I said, you know what? Because we were all stressing out about what we couldn't do, but it was all because somebody else said we couldn't do it.
Yeah, we were saying, okay, we'll call once a week, or we said we call once a week, and we'd have a time set. Y'all, I called her every day.
But I just say that to say, we said that night, we were like, you know what? We're not letting anybody else define what we want to do. We're going to do us. One of the things I made a point of doing is telling her I would leave it up to her more so that I was not interfering with her independence. But when it came to us seeing each other, which was your question, we arranged, she said it in the beginning, but it was funny because just the other day she was like, oh, I didn't even realize that. She had said early on, she was like, I want to somehow see you once a month. And that's a lot, but we saw each other once a month, but it was not a scheduled, like prescribed this time, this month. I just made it where at some point I was either passing through or doing something. And then we were very creative with what that looked like.
Like sometimes she would come and she would take my friends out to dinner, me and my friends out to, without me. No, you would come and take me and my friends out to dinner, or we pass through and then head to another state to hang out, or, I'd go visit them.
We went to a big classic, one of our football game classics. So it was not as we're coming to take you away and spend time. But we went up there in December for a family trip for a wedding. And LaShawn, she didn't want to stay with us at the hotel either. So I feel you. I feel your pain. It is very different for me. I'm just used to having her around. She's been on break and then they extended their break. But I'm also very cognizant of how I enjoyed college, my college experience. So I encourage her to explore her independence.
Yeah. I will say, it may make you sad at first that she doesn't want to, but just think of it as she's not dependent on you. So like when things start becoming more, when she actually starts growing up and doing things, just know that she's able to do it on her own, and she's not going to be coming back like not in a negative or not in a like a positive way where it's like, oh mom, I need you, but more like a oh my gosh, I have to have you here 24/7, because I promise you that can be annoying. That's going to be annoying if she like constantly had to be in your face. But I don't know. I think the not wanting to stay at the hotel is a good thing.
And I was happy that she enjoyed it. For me, it was, I'm having a hard finding the balance between the positive and or my role, because I want her to have that independence. But, there are some times that I want to reach out a little more than I do. But some days I do. And some days I realize she's in college and she needs this so that her next step, she's able to do what's next. I think our relationship is shifting into a different space. Some days I still want to choke her in a friendly, loving manner.
Yeah.
Or shake her, not choke her.
Now she can, because I'm not a minor.
Yay!
Oh no.
No.
We're just joking, guys. We don't actually do that.
All right. So one of the questions, and that's good. That'll lead us to this one. Oh, I keep losing it. But here, first year, top ones. You're good, you're bad, you're ugly.
My good was Code House. Code House was a scholarship program that I was a part of that basically invests in people of color who are in the tech industry. And because of that, I have had friends galore, networking galore, and I have an internship set for this summer. I don't know what just happened. 2, the bad is what is the bad?
Roommates.
Oh yeah, I've been in and out of roommates this entire semester, and like lack of communication between staff and students at Spelman is kind of like ticking at me a little bit. But if I have a problem with it, I'll go try to find a solution. So I can't really complain about that too much. And then the ugly is, y'all, the freshman 15 is real.
Or should I say, LOL?
Not Grace saying you're not funny. That's funny. Yeah. So yeah, that's not very fun, especially when your ROTC scholarship is low key determined off of you passing a certain weight standard. So
LaShawn, I promise it's just grape juice. It's not fermented. I'm just having so much fun. I know. Or is it?
no, it's just grape juice, guys.
It
you
is
can't
just
say
grape
that on
juice.
live.
Oh, it is just grape juice.
Anyways, yeah. So that was probably the ugliest. That my body was like, oh, you think you can change your environment and add on stress and think we won't do anything? Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna take this one as well. First year, good, bad, ugly. Good for me was seeing her off, growing, being independent. Great. Love that. The bad is really trying to manage and find that fine line of being the parent that I want to be with her, but also supporting the independence. Because there were some times where I was just frustrated with maybe some decisions she was making. Or not even decisions, more so of scheduling. Wake up and go do this.
Yeah, she'll be like, Briana, did you go to that thing that they had in Lower Manly, which is a part of one of our buildings? And I was like, no. Why not? I have all that stuff already. But it's like a back to school thing.
But not even that, more so like making sure that I had it and then lost it. Yeah, that's gonna be a good question. I had it and lost it. Anyways, and the ugly was I don't think I've had an ugly.
Deja says this is so entertaining.
I love that you love it. I don't think I had an ugly for the first semester. It's been very different. I miss her a lot, so maybe that's the ugly.
Oh, come here, no,
and
let
then
me love you.
and then she came home, and I realized how much I
Oh,
really
I thought she was gonna be.
Yeah, no, that's what it was.
You know what? I'm just gonna take the good, leave the bad and the ugly.
No, honestly, so since I've been a single mom the majority of her life, married a short little stint. And so with her, every time she would go away from me, she was the one I had the hardest time with. And so now going properly to a place where she should go, it's a very weird adjustment. I wasn't as sad or overly emotional as I was expecting to be. So that's a good one. Like when we left, we were expecting this like great moment of despair and like, oh.
But it was literally African dance, prayer, say bye to your mom, go party. Huh?
we were both like, I think we should cry, but
I was looking at her, I was like, bye? And Grace cried. Grace cried for the both of us.
Grace
was
was very
emotional
sad.
cancer.
Grace was very emotional. Okay, Deja asked, how do you like the cafeteria food?
That's hilarious because Deja is my cafeteria partner. So we would always get lunch together. And I was the last one to complain about the food in my friend group, I will say. Because I got there and I was like, you're telling me I don't have to pay out of pocket to eat or work to do it? And it's basically like a home cooked meal? This is amazing. Now, yes, it doesn't taste like my mom's. And I decided to come towards the end of the lunch period. So, it's not going to be the freshest. So, that's on me. So, I'm sitting back like, this is great. This is fantastic. And then towards the end of the year, it was just like, this is repetitive. Give me something new. And it was just not giving. And I was
giving.
So I was kind of getting over it. But I think when I head back, I'm going to appreciate it again for the same reasons. And it's just going to, Miss Stevens! Hi!
Hey! We're back in Fayetteville. Don't be angry.
She's angry.
Don't be angry. That's good though. I will tell you. So one of the things there.
Oh wait, one last thing. There was this time when we wanted to go get dinner, and all they had was corn.
Wait, at the cafeteria?
At the cafeteria, all they had was corn. And me and Deja were so hungry. Everything else was closed, and we had no money. And we were like, "What do we do?" So guess what we did?
What?
We ate corn.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I would say that's one of the things in the good, the bad, the ugly is there are a lot of things to complain about at school in general. I mean, it's not home. And so that means it's not what you're used to. And if what you're used to is like something good. But I've always talked about, things are what you make it, you make things into really what you want them to be, think on the bright side, blah, 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 blah. So she has been fairly positive, especially versus some of the other people I hear. But
some people going viral talking about Spelman makes me want to throw hands. Was that you throwing hands? Okay, next question. Yes, Miss Stevens, we are in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Mm.
But I was previously in Alabama, so my accent sometimes slips.
Hey, cousin Dina. All right, another question. What was it like living in a new city? This is funny
How is this funny?
because technically we lived in Alabama and then we moved to North Carolina, new city, and then a week later we moved her into college.
Yeah, so
But it's more city.
so I'm not a city girl. I'm a suburb girl, and I'm a southern suburb girl. So it's like moving to a big city, and Deja doesn't consider it a big city because she's from Chicago.
She's right. But it's a
Anyways,
big southern city.
it's a big southern city. So I felt like it was huge and there was so much to do. And so I just kept exploring. Between Atlantic Station and the MARTA and mountains that aren't technically in Atlanta either. And then just taking Ubers to places, just where do you guys want to go? The mall? Okay. Well, now we decided not to go to the mall. Where are we going to go? We're going to go get donuts. Okay, let's go get donuts. So we go get donuts. But right next to the donuts place, there's a Chinese shop. So we go get some Chinese food. But now that we're at the Chinese place, we're kind of tired. But some of us don't want to go home. So we just walk around.
Can I say that's why the freshman 15? What did she just say? But it's all good. It's all good.
No, I know what.
Let's get donuts. Now Chinese. Now Cinnaholic.
Oh, Cinnaholic. Ugh.
So shout out Cinnaholic, one of the best the best cinnamon bun place. Period.
And I think they're a small business. They have to be. Ain't no way they're that good in their
So go
franchise.
support Cinnaholic. So next area. Oh, wait, we're getting comments. Wait. Before we go to that, Deja says Briana never wants to go home. So we're gonna go into that. Jacqueline says, yes, freshman 15. You did your first year at FAMU. So tell us, did you get the freshman 15 as well? That's Joni's cousin who went to FAM instead of Spelman. And
that will lead us into the other question. Okay, click the other question that you had.
Briana's favorite quote, "The night is still young."
Oh, you weren't supposed to say it out loud.
Oh,
because now we're gonna be up all night. All right, everyone. Oh, you already clicked it. So there was a time when a friend of ours stayed in a hotel as opposed to a dorm because his housing situation was weird. So we went over there often with my scholarship group and we would hang out. Well, one time he was kicking us out and we were like, dude, why are you kicking us out? The night is still young. It was already said, so I can say it again.
Okay.
And I said that and people looked at me like I was crazy because it was 4 a.m. And they were like, Briana, no. And I was like, y'all are lame. Anyone want to come with me to do something else? And some people said yes. And it was amazing because we went from the hotel to this place called Atlantic Station, which I just mentioned. And it was my second time there. And there was this big open grass field and we just stayed there. Well, we ended up staying much longer than we had planned because someone said they wanted something that didn't open till 8 a.m. And then she said she didn't want it anymore. And we were looking at her like she was crazy because we watched the sunrise and we were waiting on that and it was freezing cold. So then we went to Publix, which was in Atlantic Station. And then we decided we're hungry. So we went to a racist restaurant in the middle of Atlanta. And then after that, me and another friend went to Target. And then I got back on campus around 2 in the afternoon. And then I went to the library to go do some homework. And then I didn't go to bed until like 10 p.m. the next night.
So the freshman 15 is real. Quick interjection. I didn't realize that was Jackie, not Jalen, her daughter, but she said she got the freshman 15 as well. So I wonder if she had her all-nighters as well. But yes, she went to FAMU, so did Jackie. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing that I think is so fun. And this is one thing that I will say I like. So this was one of the good. Before Briana went to her first party, she tells her friend, I got to call my friend to check out my outfit.
Guess who I called?
She called me. She was like, can I wear this to a party? So that was really cute. And that kind of led out our time together. But one of the things that I told her, and kind of we established, I guess, our own little ground rules. But on here I have location, and sex trafficking is real. So I'm a little scared because I do the most. But Briana, I think she did it on her own. She sent me her location. And
Because it was actually Uber drivers started getting weird.
that's what it was.
I went to a place for a scholarship program or something like that. And so we're all leaving at the same time. So a bunch of Ubers are coming. So I walk up to a car, that same brand, same blah, 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 blah. And I say, hi, who are you here to pick up? They said, what's your name? I said, who are you here to pick up? It's like, my name's so-and-so. What's your name? Who are you here to pick up? And he got angry at me. He was like, no, you tell me your name and then we can figure this out. And I was like, no, turns out he wasn't my Uber driver.
He was not?
No, because I went back to the back and I saw his license plate and I was like, never mind. And then someone else, another girl from our group, just said, hi, who are you here to pick up? He said, what's your name? And she said her name. And it was scary because then I went to my guy, said, who are you here to pick up? He said my name and I went in. Another time happened and he said, I said, hi, who are you here to pick up? He said, what's your name? And I was going on a date. And so my date was behind me and he was walking up and I said, who are you here to pick up? He said, what's your name? And so then my date walks behind me and says, hi, my name is so-and-so. And he says, okay, I got you. You can get in the car, right? So that's when I sent my mom my location because I was like, if Uber drivers or Lyft drivers don't tell you your name anymore, then that's kind of scary. So I went on Lyft and Uber's policies and nowhere has it updated to say that I have to say my name first. So finally, the last time I had this was going from ROTC to Spelman at 7 a.m. in the morning. So I'm familiar territory and all that stuff. So I called a Lyft driver. They came over and I said, who are you here to pick up? They said, what's your name? I said, I'm not getting into the car until you tell me what my name is. And they were like, I'm here to pick up Briana. And I was like, okay, cool. And I got in and he turned around. He was like, that was really smart that you just did that. People are crazy. And so I was just like, cool.
So word to the wise, if your children are out there, great tip. Check their license plate because I guess, do they give you a license plate?
Mm-hmm.
So
they
check
give you a license plate, a picture of the person, their ratings, their reviews, their names.
Okay. So that's a good tip. I think it's so important. And she had to tell me about that because I did not even know. But she sent me her location. It was so funny because she started taking more Ubers because that's what you do. And she was just like, you know what? I'm just leaving my location on. You have it. But I think because of the years, she's tested me with her phone when they were younger. I was like, I have access to your phone. And so at any point I can jump in. And then she got hip to the game that I hardly, if ever, do it.
Yeah.
So the safe part of it was when she does go out and has like her late nights or things of that nature, she knows now that I have her location. So that's cool. The one caveat that we had to put in place
was I had to tell her I was staying somewhere else if I wasn't staying on campus.
If you're not coming back, just give me a heads up. Because if I see her at a location
and then I'm there for hours and hours into the night, she's like, hello, sex trafficking? And I'm like, no, movie night? And she was just like, oh, can you tell me? And I was like,
right. So I know not to be worried because I do know the college experience is something different. You have all-nighters, you do those things. Doesn't mean you're out doing something bad. It just means you are out. She was out with a group of friends she's known for months and months, but I just didn't know it was going to be an all-nighter. So that's one good tip. If you have a good relationship or you want to build some rapport where they have that independence, if they're going to be out later and they share their location so that you know. Go ahead. What?
No, this one.
Please compile all this information. Oh, she wants you to come speak to her students. Yay! Briana has been wanting to go back to her alma mater. She claims Smith.
Oh, definitely. I am a Golden Bull, which is that is the high school I went to freshman year, everyone. I've actually had a lot of people contacting me recently because from that school. And so that's really amazing that I get to come back by invitation.
I love it. We have one more topic that we'll bring up. And then if you have any questions, please let us know. And we might even do a part 2 of this. Briana has said that I have dropped the ball. So us not doing Talks and Tea has nothing to do with the kids. Briana was even like, I'll join and do it with you, once in a blue moon.
It's just the first time she logged back on, I was looking a hot mess, y'all. I looked decent.
Oh, last week?
Yeah, I look decent right now, but it was not happening. So I'm here today.
It's okay. I'm going to only bring one of you all at a time. So next week will be Evan.
Okay.
So join us next week. What I decided is once a month, each kid. And then on the 4th one, I'll just do it by myself. Hopefully people show up. I know they really come for y'all.
Deja says you're very entertaining.
Oh, thank you. All right. So, okay. Well, that's okay. Miss Stevens, we will get with you.
You're calling me a traitor.
We will still get with you. You still have a phone number?
I have her Instagram.
Okay, perfect. We will get with you, Miss Stevens. All right. Last question of the night, unless there are other questions in the chat. Jackie says part 2 sounds good. So we will definitely bring up a part 2. Family differences in our relationships. So as I said, Briana is the oldest of 3, and she has a little sister, a little brother, and then our relationship. So what are some of the differences? You might even want to bring in some other people, but at least us. Like, is there a change in your relationship with your siblings? Has there been a change with our interactions now that you're away?
So the biggest change that I've noticed, well, I'll start with you. I left for college, and we were at a weird point in our relationship. It was like, I'm too young to relate with you, and then I'm too old. Well, I wasn't too old because I'll never be too grown, but like I was too old for you to teach an old dog new tricks, like you can still discipline me, but like parenting me was different. And so it was a very fine line. But now that I'm very independent, I really appreciate like that you're letting me be independent. You're just so kind.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me. Okay. Later.
So I like that. Like we're chilling. She my bestie. Yeah. So my brother, I've noticed he doesn't talk about his feelings ever.
And he's 16.
He is so chill. Yay. I'm glad y'all are entertained by all of this. Thank you for joining, Diamond. But my brother is just so chill, laid back. When I was on campus, he would call me, right? We had this thing when I first got there, I kind of forgot about it till just now, where we would call each other, be like, hey, okay, bye. And we would, that would just be our thing. He would just say, hey, bye, And I thought it was cool. I thought it was just fun. But then sometimes he would call me and we'd talk like just about random stuff, about anime or like different things that we're just going through at the time, or he'd call me for advice about a girl or something like that. And I'd be like, all right, well, I gotta go. He's like, no, don't leave. And that would warm my heart. And I'm like, oh, that's tough. Goodbye. And then hang up. But I would feel like so loved. And I was like, why don't you want me to hang out? He's like, bro, I miss you. And I was like, that's enough to make a grown man cry. But not this grown man.
Okay, Ryan.
But yeah.
And Jackie said, did you miss your mother?
I didn't really have time to miss her.
Let me tell you, Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all because she's trying to front for you all.
I didn't miss her that much.
Briana got sick.
Guys, I got
She's
sick,
forgetting.
and I was scared for my life. I got sick here, probably with the exact same thing. I was done in a day.
You were not. Okay. Okay.
No, but
Okay,
like,
yeah,
yeah, under the weather. And
but that was totally different.
yeah,
what
it
you
was.
had
When I was on
there.
campus, it was
Like-
bad. It was so bad. But it wasn't COVID. It was just like what would they say, strep throat? What? So it was that. Guys, when I tell you I didn't have someone to make me tea, no one knew the right herbal blends to like clear anything. Everyone was like, except for shout out to Deja, Whitley, Tanya, and India. Oh my gosh. Deja literally brought me like orange juice and soup. And India told me because I wasn't responding to messages or going to class, and India told me she would blow up the college for me because she was like, if you don't respond, I'm gonna blow up Georgia Tech. So it was amazing that she cared.
Can we not repeat the threats? Don't
Oh.
repeat the threats.
Oh my bad. Oh.
But and she also has is not fond of needles and had to get a fingerprint.
I
prick.
got my first shot on campus by myself.
It was not a shot. It was a finger prick.
And there was like, and not only that, I was in pain already. And then they were like, we're going to prick your fingers. And I was like, okay. And then mind you, I didn't have enough energy to give emotion. I was like, okay. So I'm hyping myself up. Like, you got this. You got this. And then she comes in and I'm like, and she does it. And then she's like, all right, cool. Leaves the room. I start bawling like a baby. I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And then I got better and I was over it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing like having your mom when you're sick.
Especially when she's a witch doctor and can literally like whoop.
Twinsies.
She was amazing. Okay. And then finally my sister. So my sister has this thing where whenever new people come around, she's like a different version of herself. So she's like a more hype version of herself because she's like really excited that there's new people and she likes new people. But for me, she's saying take the dog out. For me, coming back home, it was like I was a new person. So my sister didn't really like calm down about the excitement of me being home until recently. So for a solid minute, she was just like this hype version of herself. And I was like, I was used to being in a dorm by myself and not that I was like, I wasn't like touch depressed because I like, but it's like COVID.
None of that was like a complete sentence.
I'd like to see a scripted version of what I just said.
Right. Print out the transcript.
Yeah. But because it's COVID in a public place, I'm a very upfront person. So like I'll be close to people, but it wasn't like a constant hugging. And so my sister would come and then she'd be like hugging me and like all on me. And it was just very like, for a second. I love her to death. And she's bestie. But it was really hard to get used to that again.
I had to strategically send Briana out on errands by herself. And she finally got it. Like, oh, you're giving me my moment.
Because I would lock myself in my room.
Or my room.
Yeah, Grace would be like, this is my room. It's my room too. No.
Yeah. Evan and Grace kicked Briana out with the quickness. They were like, you're a guest. I was like, no, this is still her home until she graduates.
Yeah.
And Jackie, yes, she said she missed me. So if you don't have any other questions, we thank you all for coming out. Next time, I wrote down some of the other things I know we could talk about: professors and classes, grades, friends, boyfriends and relationships.
Boyfriend.
Oh, there's no S on that.
Trying to get me caught lacking, Mom.
No, so we could talk about lots of things. If you have something that you want to hear, whether you have a student that is currently in college or one that might be going to attend, like what to pack when you're getting ready to go to college or anything else, feel free to type in the chat, type in our, hop into our DMs
Okay.
and just share with us what sort of things you want to hear us talk about, because we would love to share that with you. This has been really good. I'm excited that we are back in full effect every Thursday night at 10:35 p.m. And if you notice a lot of things that I do, you will always get those numbers 3510, because my children were born in 2003, 2005, and 2010.
I was going to say 2000. Because it's. Guys, it's born in 2000.
And yeah, this is what we're working with, but we have had a fun night with you all. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in the future. And I guess that's that. Anything else you want to say?
You guys should possibly go check out my production company page. I am relaunching the whole thing, so it's a slow start, but you got to start somewhere, right? So can
That's
you
right.
put up my Instagram up there? Please don't make that face.
How do I put up your Instagram?
Okay. So if you guys would be oh so gracious to follow my production company's Instagram. And just stay tuned for all the things that we have and stay engaged.
I got you. We're going to put both of our things so that you can keep in touch with us. Those are the Instagram handles. Please feel free.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you for following. Good night, on Jackie. Hello, Ahine. Great to see you. And it's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching this on the replay, we still comment back with the comments. So follow us, talk with us, subscribe, mention, I don't know, share.
I'm already getting these notifications.
And
you guys are great.
Cousin Dina, thank you for following and have a wonderful night. Oh, Daidra, have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. And the rest of you all that are here joining us tonight, we're so happy that you've come to join us for Talks and Tea with me, Tonya Nicole. And tonight, my guest, my oldest daughter, my firstborn.
Come here, Hunter. You want a cameo? Come
And
here.
Hunter wants another
Here's-
end of show cameo like he had last week.
Let me see him.
This is our new puppy. Okay.
This is Hunter.
This is Hunter. Hunter is an Aussie doodle. Don't kiss me. Have you heard that song? Puppy dog bouncing in the house like this. Don't stop.
Gosh,
Don't stop.
he got hype.
He's gonna be pretty big. Okay, he's bouncing. Oh, ow.
Stay still. Pose like a cute dog.
All right. Good night, you all. Have a great one. Peace. We will talk to you later. Look forward to hearing from you and stay tuned for part 2. Good night.